This video should show you how to divide a decimal by a whole number. It's going to look a lot like when we were dividing money amounts. So for example, like when you're doing what's my part of the check or how much for one. So again, I'm just going to divide like normal. At the very end, I'm going to bring the decimal point straight up. Here's the thing that's kind of tricky for some people. Every digit in the dividend should have a number above it, even if it's just a zero. So I know I have a lot of people who don't like to put that first zero up there. It will help you keep track so that your decimal point ends up in the right place. Let's start with a couple of examples here. I'm just starting out with how many 3's in 5. There would be one of them. Subtract, bring down my 4. How many 3's in 24? 8. 8 times 3 is 24. Nothing there, but I got a 9 to bring down, and there's 3 3's in 9. And now I'm going to bring this decimal point straight up, and my answer is 1.83. Also said 1 in 83 hundredths. 2.84 divided by 4. Okay, this is the part I was talking about. How many 4's in 2? Go ahead and put that 0 in because I need to have a number above the 2 so I don't get confused. When I subtract, bring down my 8, then I'm to how many 4's in 28? 7. 7 times 4 is 28. Nothing left, but I got a 4 to bring down, and there's 1 4 and 4. Not finished yet. Don't forget, bring that decimal straight up. Next problem, 8.4 divided by 5. This one's just a little bit different because we're going to have to add a step on. How many 5's in 8? There's going to be a 1. 1 times 5. When I subtract, I'm now at how many 5's in 34? 6 of them. 6 times 5 is 34. Here's where it gets kind of interesting. I have a 4 here. I don't have any other numbers to bring down. But I don't want to say remainder 4. You normally don't see decimal problems that have a decimal and remainder. You either have one or the other. But I know I can put this 0 in there for free. It's sort of like just when you say, hey, I got $5, because that's the same as $5 and no cents. I can put those zeros after the decimal without affecting it. So now that I added the 0 there, I'm going to bring it down. And now how many 5's in 40? There's 8 of them. 8 times 5 is 40. Subtract, nothing left, so I don't have to add any more zeros to it. Bring my decimal point straight up, and my answer is 1.68. 1 in 68 hundredths. Going to give you some to try out. So stop the video, you try it out for the next 8 or 9 of them, and then I'll show you how to do each one. How many 6's in 2? 0. Subtract. How many 6's in 27? I got 4. When I subtract, I got 3 left over, so I need to keep going. So I want to add a 0 on. Bring it on down. There's 5 6's in 30. Nothing left. Bring my decimal point up. Don't forget it. 0.45. 4.13 divided by 7. No 7's in 4. Bring down my 1. How many 7's in 41? 7 7's is 49. Too much. 7 times 6, 42. Still too much, so I'm going to 7 times 5, 35. Remember when I'm subtracting here in the middle of problems, it's just like I always do. I have to borrow, just like always. So I've got a 6. Bring down my 3. How many 7's in 63? There's 9 of them. 9 times 7 is 63. And there's nothing left. Put in that decimal point. 12.8 divided by 8. No 8's in 1. Only 1 8 in 12. And how many 8's in 48? 6 spiders on a triple date. 6 times 8 is 48. Nothing left over, so I don't have to add any more zeros on. This time the decimal point's going over there, so my answer would just be 1.6. Let's double check it real fast just to make sure we got the right answer. 1.6 times 8. Remember, I take the two numbers on the outside of the box, and I should get what's on the inside of the box. 8 times 6 is 48. Carry my 4. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12. One spot over for the decimal, one spot over for the decimal, 12.8. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. 75.6 divided by 9 goes into 7 no times. How many 9s in 75? 9 nines is 81, a little bit over. 9 times 8, 72. So I got a 3 when I subtract. Bring down my 6. 4 9s and 36. Put in my decimal point straight up there. 8.4. 5.2 divided by 10. Some people go, wait, we're starting with a smaller number. 5.2 is smaller than 10. That's okay. I could do that. It's like I have 5.2 pounds of cookies, and we're going to split it up between 10 people. So everybody's going to get some cookies. It's going to be less than a pound a piece for sure, though. So how many 10s in 5? 0. How many 10s in 52? 5. 5 times 10 is 50. Subtract, I got a 2. Can't leave it with a remainder, so I'm going to add that 0 on, bring it down. Oh, how many 10s in 20? Just 2 of them. Nothing left over. Put my decimal point where it goes. Everybody would get 0.52 pounds of cookies, about a half pound of cookies. 6.27 divided by 11 does not go into 6, but it will go into 62 5 times. 5 times 11 is 55. I got a 7. Bring down my other 7. Oh, nice. It's going to come out pretty. 7 11s and 77. Nothing left over. Put my decimal in. 0.57. Also said is 57 hundredths. Ooh, 87.5 divided by 25. Remember, this 25 is like counting by quarters. There's not going to be any in 8. But there are going to be 25s in 87, 25, 50, 75. That would be 3 of them. When I subtract, I'm at 12. Bring down this 5. How many 25s in 125? 25, 50, 75, 100, 125. That would be 5 of them. Nothing left. Bring my decimal up. 3.5. How many 20s in 83.6? Again, starting with 0 there. And I'm going to tell you that 0 is going to help make sure that you get the decimal point in the right place. How many 20s in 83? Well, counting by 20s is like counting by 2s with the 0 on them. 20, 40, 60, 80. 4 of them. Now I'm at how many 20s in 36? Just 1 of those. And I'm at 16, which I can be at 16 because that's less than 20. People are going, I don't have anything else to bring down. Add a 0 in. How many 20s in 160 is like how many 2s in 16. 8 of them. And it comes out perfect. Bring my decimal point up. My answer is 4.18. 5.22 divided by 3 goes 1 time. I got a 2 left. Bring down my other 2. How many 3s in 22? 7 of them. There's a 21. Bring down my 2. How many 3s in 12? 4 of them. And now I need to make sure I put my decimal point where it goes. 1.74, 1 and 74 hundredths. That looks like the same problem, so we must be through for today.